So while the woman was crying and saying, "Oti gumi, oti gumi," in my mind that night I was terrorized that maybe my brother would die trying to save me. Instead of Baba to help me, Baba just held me there. Sometimes in 2006 again, I needed to move back to Lagos to work and then further my education and pursue my career majorly. And I had to move with my siblings. So we moved to number 20 Yusuf Street, Iyana-paja. The landlord's name is Mr. Ebenezer Obadina. And I got a job around there working in the music school as a voice trainer. So sometimes during the weekend, I noticed the boy pick interest, the boy Tobi Obadina picks interest in threatening women. I witnessed one maybe on a Monday morning when I was about going to work. I saw him beating up a woman named Tobi. For whatever reason, I do not know, but I noticed he was beating the woman and the father was there. He didn't say nothing. And the woman's I think the woman's younger sister came around and saw that, and she was shocked that how can a boy of like maybe 19 be beating a woman of around in her 40s, and the father is not saying anything. And she was like, "Auntie me, you're tolerating nonsense." And the woman was heavily pregnant. But to my surprise, the boy just got up and beat the younger sister too. So sometimes in 2012, he noticed I'm always the only one at home making my jewelries. So I was hungry that afternoon. I needed to rush to the kitchen to cook. And he met me in front of the kitchen and grabbed my wrist. So I was like, "Tobi, when did we start this kind of, leave my wrist, when did we start this kind of play?" And he was still holding on to me. I'm like, "Leave my wrist, when did we," he just took the matchbox, threw it away and started laughing that I've been looking at you, I've been watching you in this house that he has beaten every woman in the house except me, and he's watching me that even those with big body, they suffer in vain, that my own is coming. And before then, there was a day I was coming from a live interview on TV. So I think he watched the interview and probably was in a bus and parked to wait for me to enter the street. So as I entered the street that day, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. As I entered into the street that day, I just saw this bus moving towards me, speeding towards me, and I saw everything, every dream and everything I had, my plans and everything flashed like it was going to be the end. He zoomed towards where I was, and I was right there shaking. Towards the last minute, something just helped me to jump across. And immediately I jumped. He crossed the path. The bus crossed the path. He cleared the path I was standing. And I was like, this bus must have failed the brake. And then, to my surprise, the driver just peeped. He stopped and peeped and told me, "I thought you are even strong." And told me, "I thought you are even strong. Look at how you are shaking. Look at how you are shaking." So I was like, "Tobi, what did I do? What did I do?" He just laughed at me and drove away. When I got home, I told my mom, I said, "Today would have been the last day you would have seen me, because Tobi would have killed me at the junction of the street." On the 12th December 2012. So I was just going to take water from my drum. I was about taking water when this boy just came from nowhere and hit me on the chest. So when my brother in the sitting room saw that, he was angry. He just told me, "Auntie me, get inside. Get inside. This is the devil we were told in Shiloh that we will see maybe when we get home. This is a fight from the enemy, so I should just avoid it." And I was packing my things to quickly move inside. He told me that he has actually been meaning to deface me each time he sees me. That do I think each time he sees me and tell me that he sees me on TV, he's just telling me for fun's sake? He has been meaning to deface me, and he will do it. Before I knew it, he was trying to hit my brother with whatever he was holding. So I'm like, this can happen while I'm here. So I tried holding whatever. I didn't know it was bottle he already held. So I tried to hold whatever he was trying to hit my brother with, and I fell. Immediately I fell. He hit me at the back of my head. And while I was down, I just started feeling that my body was getting cold. Like they were pouring me cold water. So then I noticed that the blood was coming from my head. So I told my brother, I said, he has stabbed me. He has stabbed me. Please run. While I was telling my brother he has stabbed me, I just saw him with a very sharp, Chapman tumbler. When he hit me that afternoon, I saw the Chapman bought a tumbler with him. He was drinking something with it. Then I saw it was already broken with different sharp edges, and he was trying to cut my brother's chest. And I was like, "Nee, please, if it's only me, let only me go. You cannot let the two of us die in this situation. Please run. He's aiming at your heart." I was telling my brother, "Please run." And then he was just trying to stab him on the chest. When I couldn't take it any longer, I was just holding my head and trying to touch my brother's leg that, "Nee, please run. My mother will not be able to take the loss of 2 children in one day. Please run." And my brother was able to grab his wrist, took the bottle. My brother never fought. So in my mind, it was like I may never see him again. In my mind that night, I was terrorized that maybe my brother would die trying to save me. But he managed to get the tumbler and run away. After I ran, I thought Tobi Obadina would probably leave or anything. He took a broken bottle and marked me on the face. All these scars here, it was trying to put all these scars. And I was waving with my hand, elbow, and he was putting scar. As he was doing that, I was crying for people to help me. And he was saying, "Whoever comes to that scene will bathe with blood." There was no man in the house, only women, and they were just shouting and yelling. But his father was home, and they were calling him, but he didn't answer. So a neighbor, she couldn't take it. She had to run down to the entrance of my sitting room, and immediately he left me and said, "Who is that? You have the guts," like telling the woman, "I told you." He just stabbed the woman on there. He just stabbed the woman. "I told you that anybody who come here will be bathed with blood. Do you think I'm joking?" So while the woman was crying and saying, "Otigumi, Otigumi," so he took the tumbler and he took the bottle and he started chasing my brother to the street. So I was able to crawl up. And I got into the passage and I saw the boy's father. And I started begging, "Baba, as it is now, I'm losing strength." I said, Baba, I don't want to die." I said, "Baba, please help me. Baba, I don't want to die." Instead of Baba to help me, Baba just held me there, bleeding. I said, "Baba, please help me move. Help me move." My voice is no longer loud. I said, "Anything can happen. Baba, please don't let me die." When I saw that Baba wasn't willing to move, I just removed my wrist and I started moving outside so that Tobi won't come back and meet me in that place alone again. So I was trying to move to the street, maybe where people can see and help me.
Baba just went back inside and locked his door. So people on the street saw me and they gathered around me so that Tobi won't come again. And then I think after he couldn't find my brother, he came back for me and they said, hey, so all of you have gathered around Abby. You have gathered. I've been meaning to do it. I've been meaning to do it and I've done it and I'm waiting for our police. I will tell you all that even cell, I won't step into a cell, let alone jail. I was saying, it was telling everybody that, but people just gathered. Some men I don't even know from the street, they gathered and started taking me to the hospital. Then we moved to the hospital that night. The police came. Even the police, while they were now stitching me, they were stitching my head and my body. The police was the one who made me realize that I was already going, because he told the doctor that this lady is dead. So the stepmother was the one telling the police, because when my immediate brother went to the house the following morning again, he heard her on phone telling people that the police are coming, but she's the one telling them that it's something they will sort among themselves, that the police should just go. So when my brother heard that, he came back to tell us that the police, the stepmom is the one shielding the boy from being arrested. And the neighbors were coming to, the neighbor came very early to say that, tell me that as soon as the people took me away in the blood, Baba he quickly went to fetch water and wash away all the blood so that nobody will come and see any evidence in the passage, not knowing that it happened in my room. It was because the story went viral that they now arrested Tobi, because even this is the part that I don't always open up to tell people that he wasn't arrested until the third day. He was the one telling the magistrate the last time we were in court that nobody arrested him. It was his uncle that was a police in Abeokuta that came to hand him over to the police. The deputy commissioner of police then called me. That was going on the case. He saw it and I said they charged him for grievous bodily harm, and he said that was an attempted murder, that they should change the charge to attempted murder. Somehow this old lawyer came and called me with somebody I know that I should come. When I went, he said he wants to stand for me like a father. And the next thing he started telling me after that is that when I call him that, sir, what is going on? How do we proceed? He will tell me that this kind of case that I am having, if I don't lay my body, there is no way I can move on. There is no way. So I was like, I told you that you shouldn't petition the magistrate. You have petitioned the magistrate and you are giving me this condition. Now, this is one thing I cannot do, because at first my conscience will now start telling me that the boy went to jail because I slept with someone. So it was like, okay, if I want blah blah, I should come to the office. That night I went to the office trying to explain to him that, sir, you came like a father and I see you like a father. Please, let's not go that route. And now there is petition. If you don't do this thing, this might be the end. The money I'm looking for to get a house or to start my life again, I might not be able to. That evening it was late and we were to go home. So I was in the car with people in the front. He said I should sit beside him and he started touching and touching me. So at some point I had to hit him that I can't, because I want justice. I can't. This is like giving me a mental problem. I'm already having an issue. This you are doing to me is making me feel like a nobody now. So I hit him in the hand and I sat somewhere. So when he dropped me that night, everything that was on my mind was to run into any car coming, because I felt my life is a waste. Everything, I lost interest in living. So that was how I called the lawyer off and stopped going to the lawyer. So I am now so afraid of my life, since this boy still threatened. This year, March, went to my younger brother and threatened him that we should go ahead with whatever we are doing, but after everything, we will all see which I reported. I just want the exhibit of what this boy did to me. I don't want it to be prevented from the magistrate, so that they can know what he did before and what he's capable of doing again, because my life is still being threatened and my family is being threatened. All I want is true justice served on this case, so that I can live my life and live it to the fullest.